the 3 best tennis shoes of 2024. If you're looking for new shoes, this is a good video for you. For me personally, I care about a few things mainly when it comes to shoes. First of all, looks. You got to look good to feel good to play good. That's just my opinion. I also care about stability because I've rolled my ankles more times than I can count, and it is not fun. Just ask Tommy Paul, who just did it a couple of weeks ago. And then lastly, I care about comfort. Comfort, you want to be comfortable out there. If you're going to play for a long time, you got to feel good. And if you want your body to feel good after playing, you got to have comfortable shoes on. So without any more suspense, we're going to show you what the top 3 shoes of 2024 are, and stay tuned to the end to hear what are my favorite. First up, we've got the ASICS Gel Resolution 9. Now this is a classic shoe from ASICS, one of the most popular shoes that you see on the tour and around tennis clubs all over the world. And it's that way for a reason. Let's start with looks. Looks, I mean, this is the classic white version, so I personally think it looks fresh, but these shoes just keep a low profile in general. They help you look cool on the court, and I think when you're wearing ASICS, people kind of know that you mean business. So yeah, you can't go wrong from a looks department with the ASICS Gel Resolution 9. Now, stability. This shoe feels extremely low to the court for me. Feels like it's got a low center of gravity. So that makes it stable kind of by nature. It's also got good width in the forefront. And I feel because you're low, it's got good width, you're very stable. And I didn't really worry about going over on my ankle at all. Comfort. Awesome comfort. It's a low profile shoe like I talked about, but in the front foot under the ball and the toes of the feet, I was impressed by how much comfort there was, cushioning in that part of the shoe. And with the tongue part of the shoe, there's elastic bands around the outside of your foot that really snug your foot in when you pull on the laces, make you feel really connected to the shoe. And that's why it's such a good player's shoe for people who can move around the court, because it's so well connected to your foot. The only downside I would say is they're a little heavy, 14.8 ounces. A lot of people don't care about that though, because they do come with a 6-month durability guarantee, which is pretty impressive for a tennis shoe, because you can play every single day and it's still gotta last you 6 months. Overall, very impressive shoe. It's a classic player's shoe that a lot of people use. You can instantly see why once you wear it. So I would give this shoe a 9 out of 10. The next shoe in our line of top 3 tennis shoes of 2024 is the KSWISS Hypercourt Express 2. Now, the KSWISS is a classic tennis brand of shoe, obviously. From a looks department, it's another white shoe, very vintage. It's got the KSWISS logo up there, and to me, this just looks like a classic profile of a tennis shoe and looks great in the white. More low profile, less going on with this K-Swiss shoe than others in the past. So I give this top marks from the looks department. Stability. K-Swiss are notorious for being a wide shoe, and that brings stability as well, which I like. So they're wide, they're stable, and they do feel like you're riding a little higher than the ASICS, but that's definitely just because of the extra cushioning they have compared to the ASICS. So that brings us to comfort. These are about as comfortable as you could get on the market. They feel like a runner. There's cushioning all around the shoe. It feels like you're playing in a pillow. It's quite a pleasant experience, so I would give it a try. Even if you've never worn K-Swisses before, it's pretty amazing how comfortable these shoes are. The only downside of the Hypercourt Express 2 that I could see is there might almost be too much material for people. It can lack a little bit of breathability in my experience. Some players might like a little bit of a tighter connection with the ground and not as much comfort, but if you want comfort, this is the shoe for you. And overall, it's a classic tennis shoe. You would never go wrong by lacing this one up, in my opinion. And it's a great tennis shoe. You move around the court, you feel great doing it, and you look good. So I give this another 9 out of 10, in my opinion. And lastly, the good folks at Tennis Warehouse sent me the Nike Air Zoom Vapor Pro 2. From the looks department, I think this shoe looks pretty good. I think it's an upgrade from the Vapor Pro. In my opinion, it's got cleaner lines, less curvy looking, and this colorway just looks fresh with the black and white. You can't go wrong. Stability, probably the least stable of the 3 shoes that they've sent me, but keep in mind, these are all amazing shoes. They're the 3 best of 2024. And this is still a shoe that is super stable, but it combines with speed around the court. It helps you feel very natural because it's so connected to your foot. And I don't know how to say it, but it just seems like the most well-designed shoe for the athlete's foot that I've found. Comfort-wise, like its predecessors, the Vapor has been notoriously comfortable and feels good on your feet as you're playing. It's got that vintage vapor combination of comfort, support, and breathability. Downside is durability is not always the best with the vapor line, but it makes up for it in playability, style, and just being a great tennis shoe in general for the tennis player. Overall, the Nike Vapor line has historically been my favorite shoe. I think this is a great addition to it with the Air Zoom in the front sole, making it even a little bit more comfortable than the previous shoe. I would give this one a 9.5 out of 10. I'm a huge Nike Vapor guy, and that's just my opinion. So that's it, a review of the 3 best shoes of 2024. Let me know your thoughts if you've played with them. Shout out to our friends at Tennis Warehouse. If you're looking for anything tennis-wise, they carry all the biggest brands in the game. Babolat, Wilson, Technofiber, Head. Anything you need, they've got it. Thank you to our friends at Tennis Warehouse. We will see you next time here on the reviews section of The Slice.